Ross. Welcome to Entertainment Weekly's Comic-Con coverage. I'm here with the cast of Fear the Walking Dead, and Hugh Hefner apparently is joining us.
Absolutely.
Right,
Good to be here.
Him to pop by. Welcome, guys. Good to have you back.
Thank
He does
you.
look good. He always looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Got a little Dries Van Noten. Thank you. A little shout out.
Always got your life together. Always
I'm
got your
trying to get my
life
life
together.
together.
A lot to ask you guys. It's been a great season 3 so far. First off, Kim and Frank. It's bad enough you had to kill Debnam-Carey, but now you're bringing his like reanimated corpse and parading it around Comic-Con. I mean, what the heck, guys?
But he looks really good.
Can you bring that?
I brought it in my suitcase. Brought it in my travel on.
He speaks too.
I like to kiss it
Bowling
sometimes.
bag?
That's right.
I got it in my bowling bag. Yeah.
The head's being sent to me. I'm getting the head when it's all done.
Oh,
No.
on a platter.
What are you gonna do with it, Erickson?
I'm gonna put it on my shelf.
Go dark side.
When we go to dinner, I'll bring it. We can.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Dinner with Andre? Nay. Dinner with Dayton. That's his head.
Dayton, when Dave got you to be on the show, did he tell you it would be a limited engagement, as it were? Or?
No, he lied his ass off. He told me I was be there forever, and no, he said we're not sure. I said we weren't sure.
It's been there's so much to get to with everything that's happened. Alicia and Sam, what does this all mean for? We got sort of a budding love thing happening here, but now we got one family killing the head of the other family. How's that gonna? Sort of play
We're
out
even
going
matching
forward?
today. We've already
Yeah, we dressed the match. It's not specifically romantic. I don't know.
There's a
sex scene.
Hey now.
There's sex.
Did a little
Sex.
something.
It's just not romantic.
We called her in the morning.
There's no feelings
She
attached
moved
to it.
in. She did move
Yeah,
in.
this is hard. Brutal.
New rules.
Yeah.
This is a good
you know,
counselor for the apartment.
Alicia's learned a few things from her mother, I think. She knows that
The rhythm.
the rhythm Wow, that came out really wrong.
It was in the script. You've seen the show.
I went for Alicia. Some power play of things. So who knows which way it could go with Alicia and Jake's relationship.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you just have to watch second half of the season to find out more, basically.
All right. Mercedes. We did not. I feel like it came back in a big way, but we didn't.
You look at me.
We didn't see her for a long time. Was that hard for you? And they're all out there and they're filming and getting back to work, and you're kind of like, I'm ready.
I'm ready, coach.
Yeah,
I'm ready,
okay.
coach. Yeah. No, it was difficult, but it was exciting because the fans were so anxious to have her back on, which obviously feels good.
That's what she thinks.
No, you're not my real dad.
Come back like a boss, though.
I mean, it was fun to come back with a little bit of a bang and do a little killing. I just want to kill people. Is that wrong?
There's
That's literally
nothing
all I
wrong.
want.
Depends
And
who
she
you're
learned
with.
a lot. She was off in knitting camp. She made sweaters. She made, there was a lot in the apocalypse. You need to stay warm.
You learn how to braid that hair, too.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's
Just
good.
put together with that.
That was cool.
Well, where's her allegiance moving forward?
Her allegiance thus far is to the nation. I mean, they took her in. They saved her. Somebody tried to kill her in the desert. I'm not gonna point fingers or anything.
That's obvious.
But somebody, Grand Auto, tried to murder her brutally by letting her. I mean, can you imagine dying by dehydration? Pretty bad. So yeah, the allegiance is with the nation because she thinks. You gave me a sip, yeah. She's gonna line herself with the biggest, the strongest, and the baddest, and right now that's Calatako over there.
Is he a good guy, or is Walker a good guy, a bad guy, somewhere in between?
Bad guy.
He's a good guy.
Wait.
He's a good guy.
He's a bad guy.
You know, the way Calatako is introduced is fantastic because we think this is clearly a new villain, someone very brutal. But the way the story turns, we realize that he's got a great rationale. Like there's a reason why there's this deep animosity. There's a blood feud, so it makes complete sense.
Well, and also the show deals with that. Like, what is a hero? What's a villain in this world?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
that's gone. That's out the window. The rules are gone. Like, yeah.
And I think you can identify with each character, like their point of view. Get inside
Right.
their head.
I think you're the bad guy, man.
Yeah, you're a bad guy.
Listen,
You're
I'm
stealing
gonna
my plans.
rewatch because
We took a poll. Nobody likes you. I'm just saying.
People came to hurt me.
You don't have a hood anymore.
Daniel, who screwed Troy up more, his racist dad or his alcoholic mom?
That's a very interesting question, Dalton. I think that, I mean, with a dad like this, I mean, it can't get any worse, really, can it? I think it's a combination, really, a combination of both of those things put together as a kind of a nasty mix of kind of an upbringing that Jake seems to have kind of avoided the worst of, and I seem to have got lumped with muggins over here for longer than that, so I think, you know, if you spend any time with Dayton, you'll know that you end up losing your minds. So, you know, it's a spoon in the eye is better than I would think.
I love the way that Madison's manipulating him, Kim. I love the way she sees this and
She's
sees
not.
this void that needs to be filled and how she can use that to her advantage.
Yeah, she pretty much clocks him right away. His fascination with Madison and her family, and you know, she gets in there and starts to use it, and you know, gets close to him, gets him to trust her, and tries to control him.
Mommy issues.
Yeah, total mommy issues.
But then I think we then the characters become very fond of each other in a way, and appreciation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, like at first Otto Sr. is seems very generous, and then I think Madison grows to hate him. And but it's kind of the opposite
Right.
with
Right,
Troy,
yeah.
you know.
I think they enjoy playing the game, you know, like, I think Troy loves the fact that Madison can play those games and that he can play those games too. I think it's like a chess match that they love playing.
Coleman, why burn the boat, dude?
Why not?
Well, move on.
You know, no, I think the Sham was ready to move on, basically. I mean, I think he's been on his own journey for a while, and then when he finally, it was a nice moment of Abigail, and then he has the moment with the cosmonaut, and whether, I don't know, there's two ways to play it with the cosmonaut, like, was that for real or was it not, which is interesting, but I think it gave him the liberty to say, okay, I need to move on, but the only way to move on is I have to burn it all down and start again, and we made sure that he walks away with a little bit of a glint, a smile, because he's excited about the challenge of rebuilding again.
Well, it's funny because I had sort of a smile when I watched it. Like, oh, things are going to get so much better for Strand now. Then I talked to this guy, Dave Harrison. He goes, it's not going to be all roses for Strand moving forward.
Right. Every time it seems like Strand is going to move forward, like get away with a green Jaguar. That very next scene, he's being beaten down. And so it's like, you know, one minute, I like the idea that they're constantly playing with that. That he's scrappy. He's doing whatever he can and using whatever skills he has, and they're falling apart a lot. And so he's got to rebuild to something else that he's possibly even uncomfortable about.
Dayton, I apologize for talking about you being killed again, but one of my favorite things about the end of the season was Nick basically pulling that trigger after hearing that story from his mom about what she had to do, saying, I have to take this burden off of her. Tell me about just that whole moment for him.
He's an ungrateful little twit.
That moment, I don't know, I just remember filming that. Do you remember that? It was like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning or something. And we were just doing it over and over and over again. So, but it was good. I mean, I just had to walk in and pull the trigger. But it was a great scene.
We felt we were supposed to be wrapped that morning at like 2 a.m. and we discovered we were really going to go till sunup.
Yeah.
And we were just, the three of us were
It
just
made the
dead.
scene better,
It
probably,
made
I
the scene.
think,
In the
yeah.
end, I think it has this sort of sparkle to it. This
It was
magic.
raw.
Scene was
We
raw.
all
It
got
was
out of the
really raw,
way because we
yeah.
were so dead tired that we just presented a purest, essence of these characters, and I thought it's one of my favorite scenes.
Me too.
And the son comes in and saves his mother from having to relive, that tragedy, violence.
That she's just explained as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
it
the
just
kids.
come from that scene, yeah.
What's it been like for you guys who've been on the show since season 1? Because season 3 is where a lot of shows, creatively start to stumble a little bit, or people feel they're spinning their wheels, and everyone is loving this season so much. Like, really, like, oh my god, I think this has been like the best season so far. What's that like for you guys to hear in season 3?
Man, it's great.
It's
I mean,
great.
I feel like we hit our stride. I mean,
Yeah, we
right?
earned it. We've earned it now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, we feel really good there. We're really proud of the show.
And I think that we're really finding our audiences. Truly people who have stuck with it, and they're like, oh wow, I'm invested in these characters. We're not superheroes or anything. We're just scrappy people trying to figure it out.
Alley
And,
cats.
we're alley cats.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Gutter snacks. What else are we? People. What else are we?
Misfits.
Ragamuffin.
The apocalypse of misfit toys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're still trying to find our weapon, trying to find what we need and who we're becoming. I love the whole
But we also
idea.
kind of finally found it a little bit in this season.
Yeah.
Like the first time where you go, okay, I know exactly what these characters are finally.
Yeah, that's what I love about watching season 1 and 2 before I joined the cast, was just like seeing these people and breathing with them for quite a while and letting them fail, and that's why, and that complexity leading into season 3 has been really awesome to watch them take their identity of it stronger. It's been really, really cool to watch.
All right, Dave, I can't let you out of here without giving you some nuggets, some teasers. We got the second half of season 3 coming up. What can you hit us with?
It's gonna get darker and deeper. I think that there's no big secret. And you spoke to it. I mean, they've committed a murder, and there's gonna be a conspiracy that surrounds that. And I think one of the big questions for the back half is, how is Nick and ultimately Alicia and Madison gonna be able to process what they've done, and then what happens when the sons learn how the father really died. So it's gonna get the weird thing about the season is that when we met the Ottos, it's almost like we've lost members of the family, but that dysfunctional family has actually grown and we've added to, and I think that's, for me, what kind of keeps it interesting all on. So
But there is the version that we might use a dream where I dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
He was in the shower. It was all a dream.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
it's like
We all
Dallas.
read that episode. We
Yeah,
all
we
read
might.
it.
I didn't get that strip.
You know,
Pink pages.
Get those sides. All right, Fear the Walking Dead will be back September 10th for the second half of season 3. Thanks, the guys. Great to have you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.